Today on Forbes, how a Wall Street analyst started a $4 billion obesity drug company. Brian Lian had been working as a Wall Street analyst for nearly a decade when he took a meeting that changed his life. It was 2012, and he'd been following small and mid-cap biotech firms that were working on drugs for metabolic diseases. But after a meeting with some pharma execs who mentioned their company was open to licensing some recently acquired diabetes drug candidates, he decided to ditch his Wall Street career to strike a deal. Lian, now 60 years old, had never launched a business before, but he convinced the company, Lian Pharmaceuticals, to not only license 5 drugs, but also to invest $2.5 million in his new startup to kick off its operations. Today, his company, San Diego-based Viking Therapeutics, is a $4 billion market cap publicly traded drug developer with prime drug candidates in the booming obesity space. While it is continuing to work on metabolic disorders like fatty liver disease, the key therapy in its pipeline is a next-gen GLP-1 drug for obesity that's now in clinical trials as both an injection, currently in phase 3 studies, and a pill, phase 2. Ever since Novo Nordisk launched Ozempic for diabetes in 2017, GLP-1s have taken America by storm. Led by pharmaceutical giants Novo, which makes Wegovy for weight loss and recently got approval for its pill version, and Eli Lilly, which has Zepbound, the market for these weight loss drugs is expected to reach $100 billion in sales by 2030. After all, some 40% of American adults are obese, which means potentially there's more than 100 million people in the US alone who could medically qualify for these drugs. Research is ongoing about their potential benefits in other related conditions too, including cardiovascular disease. Given the size of the opportunity, the competition is fierce. In the fall of 2025, another publicly traded obesity drug upstart called Metsera became the object of an intense bidding war between Novo and Pfizer, which had earlier abandoned its own potential medication in development over safety concerns. In November, Pfizer won out, paying a whopping $10 billion for Metsera, more than double the $4.9 billion it had offered just 1 month earlier. Viking is one of the next generation of early-stage biotechs that are trying to gain a foothold among giants in the race for the best weight loss drugs. Kylera, another obesity company that Forbes profiled last year, acquired its potential therapies from China and recently raised $600 million to get them through late-stage clinical trials. All told, there are now 60 companies developing 120 drugs in this category, according to research from PitchBook. While Viking does not yet have a drug on the market or any revenue, the results of its clinical trials to date have shown up to 14.7% weight loss for the shots and up to 8.3% for the pills. The latter are an especially big deal because they're less intimidating for patients and cheaper to produce and distribute. Like all early-stage biotechs, Viking is losing money, posting a loss of $237 million for the latest 12 months through September 30th. That makes it, and others like it, prime targets for the next big pharma bidding war. William Blair analyst Andy Shea said, quote, "Of course, a buyout is sexy, and everybody wants that, especially investors. But there is a route that is becoming more clear where Viking can go it alone." While the Metsera deal showed the potential for big M&A deals, it also raised questions about why Novo and Pfizer went after that company, and not Viking. Short sellers have targeted the business, but major hedge funds including Citadel and Two Sigma have been investing. That's made the stock extremely volatile. Its shares, at a recent $35, are down 17% over the past year, but are up nearly 50% since August, when investors pummeled it over clinical results showing its obesity drug's GI side effects despite strong weight loss. Lian said he's trying to block out all the market noise and believes that he can continue to run the business as a standalone. He said, quote, "When things are going really, really well, you've got to be aware that they can turn quickly and get ugly fast. And equally, if things are going badly, but you haven't had a failure, you can't get too down about it." For full coverage, check out Amy Feldman's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.